Now it's morning, day 11, Vipassana retreat in North Italy. And I haven't reported much since day 5, I think. And the reason why is sometimes you just don't feel like you have anything to say. Maybe you're going through some irritable territory. I could, of course, share that, but I'd rather share stuff when I feel like it adds value. And yeah, now it's at day 11, so the routine continues with 6 meditations, six sitting meditations a day. And I, for the most part, sit in lotus, which I'm not used to, so it is pretty painful actually for me, since I'm a stiff old football player. But again, that adds this new element to my meditation, which is as I'm more in touch with my body. This pain, it does get your attention. It's screaming for your attention. So you feel called for focusing there. And it actually adds up. It gains and builds sensibility. And you need sensibility in order to progress in your meditation and spiritual life. Because then you can see more stuff that you didn't see before. When you increase this sensibility, this ability to sense fully, to perceive fully. So that's something I will take home. It's still 3-4 days left. And that's the most profound thing I learned over these past few days. It happened on day 7. It was, it got very vibratory, the meditations. There was a lot of vibration and visuals, and just focus, fully going bullseye on all the sensations and vibrations in my body. And they increased in size and tempo. And then eventually I felt like I was gonna get shot out of a cannon, because the concentration really raised. Or 6 cannons, from each side. Or like, the catapult, the a number of these, like stretching me in this direction, and then that direction, and then around. Really strong attention, stretch. Okay, where am I gonna get blown out now? Maybe this is gonna be full realization, or who knows what this is gonna be. And then it moves down to the area here. The same thing here, the heart area and the abdomen region. Same thing happens there. Stretch. And then eventually, after a couple hours, I didn't explode. I didn't get shot out of a cannon. I was rather stretched so much that there was an opening happening here, and on the heart, and soothing, warm energy came out here and here, like relieving energy. And the morning after, I had a painful sit, as usual. My hip was painful, and I was like, oh, this is so painful. But who is suffering the most here? What's suffering the most? And that is, of course, the I, the identification. Me, I, this storyline of my whole life, Fred, his personality, his preferences, and his conditioning, programming, emotions, beliefs, all this stuff that is creating a sense of Fred, me, I. That concept, that thing is suffering. So now it's like, now I'm gonna see if I can actually find the sensation of the self. See that it's just a flux of sensation that moves around, that is not really tangible. It's just a sensation that comes and goes and changes. No constant actual self. I'm going to see if I can see that sensation somewhere here, because now the sensibility and the mindfulness is really strong. And I could see it. I could see that it was this sensation that arose. I can't use my both hands here, but like this, you know, quite simply from the heart. I could see that it could be traced back to the heart. And from then on, I realized, hey, yeah, every time I go I in my mind, I can trace it back to the heart. I can trace it back to the heart. And I could feel this, just this sensation of love, this flow of love. That's all the I really is, the self. It's made out of this stuff, love, or this sensation, a feeling. And I told the teacher about this, and he said, yeah, the self is just a feeling. Most people will find eventually that it can be traced back into the heart, and then it's just a feeling, and then you feel it out, you explore the sensation, and you can see that it totally is just a feeling eventually, and it'll go away and disappear into nirvana. He's not ashamed of talking about nirvana. He talks very clearly about it, and he said, one of the first talks, he said, Nibbana exists, whether you like it or not. And if you don't believe me, the more you practice, the more you're going to believe me. I can't really see that yet, but I can see more and more opening, more and more mindfulness, more and more openness, less sense of self, yeah, a little more selflessness, to be able to trace back the self into the heart. And yesterday I had an interesting thing too. There's these tensions. There are these tensions in the mouth and the tongue. It always goes on. It's always tight. It's always dancing. The tongue is always moving around. And it might have to do with the inner dialogue that's been going on for soon 30 years. 2 months ago, I had this experiment where I was noticing these tensions in the forehead, the trying and intention and concentration sensations in the forehead. It seems like there was this flux of this spot there that was always tight because it was trying to do something. And I explored that for a few days. And when I was sitting on the bus meditating, suddenly, vroom, and there was this instant relief, like, and I was different. I was a little different from then on. A portion of identity fell away. Okay, not the whole thing, and I don't know how much of the whole thing that fell away, but some fell away. So yesterday I wanted to explore these other tight sensations, probably connected to the identification of the self, the ego. This grasping, it's grabbing, it's holding on. It doesn't want to totally let go and let go of control. So these are grasping for control, or certainty, or something. So I was exploring these sensations, especially in the tongue. And after a couple hours, I was in the bed, and then I suddenly could hold it still, and it just felt like click, and I could just actually hold it there. And then I felt this rush of zing up here, and then it was relaxed, the tongue. And I felt different. Felt like definitely something let go. And yeah, these are the moments I live for in the meditational life, or the spiritual path, the healing path, or whatever you want to call it. It is these, you have to let go of stuff. So that was nice. And I felt, I woke up in the night, and it was, I felt this pretty relieving sense of being, that something has definitely dropped. So it's nice. I've really gotten what I wanted from this Vipassana retreat. That was pretty profound, even though it was very mild. It was still, I think it can be really profound long term. So I'm gonna brag about that to my teacher in a couple hours. I'm gonna meet him I was supposed to be here for a week. He highly recommended me to stay more, based on the things I told him. So I did that. They've been very nice to me here. Highly recommended. It's called Pian de Ciliegi. It's in a very nice place too. I recommend it if you're interested in Vipassana and want to try that out. So that was it. I'm gonna update you later.